So here's the beautiful little piece that I want to try to work on. I know that this is going to be a very quick little thrift flip type video. I only paid $1 for this, and I just thought it was appropriate to make this over. I have a spot that I'm needing something kind of small like this, and since it's you know, technically spring, but we're putting out summer decor and all, I thought that the planter would be perfect for the little spot that I'm wanting to put him. So let me get this little orange and brown rooster kind of made over. Show y'all what I'm going to put in there, what plant or dried floral, or I don't know what exactly I'm going to decide to do, but I really love the shape of him. So don't let the colors of things kind of keep you from buying things. You can always make things over with a little paint. So that's what I'm about to do, get him all made over and in place. I thought I would show y'all real quick just what I'm using. I'm using stuff that I already had on hand, and you're probably going to hear all the noise in the background. Y'all, it is officially summertime here. Everybody's out of school. I got people here watching movies, all the things. So I am just rolling with it. So what I'm going to use is this Waverly chalk paint. I think this is brown though. I think I want my black. Let me open this up and see what it looks like. I don't want to get that on my finger. Wait, is this the paint or the stain? Hold on, let me look. So this is chalk paint, matte finish, acrylic, no paint. It don't have the color anywhere on it. Is it on the lid? Oh, ink. Okay, so the color is ink. So this is black, basically. There we go. I knew that was going to get on my finger like that. Okay, so long story short, I am using some black chalk paint with the matte finish. And then this poor tub here of antique wax, I've had it for years. I have done so many projects with this. It is crazy. So I will be probably using some of this just because I don't want that solid black. I want it to kind of, you know, look old and antiqued. And then I'm going to use some sandpaper because I will definitely want to make that look a little chippy. I think I'm going to go get another glove. I thought I could, well, maybe I can just hold this. I'm trying to decide if I want to paint the inside. I'm not going to worry about it. Let me just put some of this paint in this bowl. It will not take much. I'm probably going to end up having to put some of that back, actually. Wait, you know what? I need to wipe this thing down. It's been in my storage for a while. So let me get the $1 price tag on it. Did I tell y'all? I think I did. That's how much I paid for it. Okay, let me run and go wipe him down good. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me get him started now that I got him all cleaned off. Let's see how this chalk paint usually does a really good job. And I know it's going to look very boring and ugly when I, you know, just get it painted and get started, but stick with the process, stick with the process. And yes, I know I do a lot of things in black, but I just love the black, the wood, glass, like my bright green plants with stuff. I really like all those colors together. And where I'm wanting to put this, I think a black piece would look better. I mean, it's just paint. We could always do something different later if we wanted to. So we are not stressing. We are just living over here. We are just living, and we can redo it if we want to. It is really not that serious. I paid $1 for it. So let's get this all painted. It's not gonna, like I said, it's not gonna take me long at all. That is the one thing about chalk paint, is it just does not take long to cover a piece. My daughter that came and got that furniture piece the other day, she wants to paint the other furniture pieces that go with it like I did. So I was showing her what to get, and that if she used the chalk paint, how she had to let it cure for a couple of weeks and then put a top coat on it for sure, because she'll be in and out of her dressers a lot more than I was out of that cabinet at the end of the hall. And I told her, you definitely want a top coat if you do what I did. So anyway, she's excited about getting that all painted. Would y'all like me to do like a new house tour over there? She's still trying to unpack and get some things done, so she'll probably be like, no, Mom, it's ugly right now. But would y'all like to see her new double wide, y'all? It's a 4-bedroom double wide, like nice. Like I didn't even know they made stuff that nice these days. And so I was kind of shocked. So if she's okay with it and y'all want me to, we could do like a little, you know, new double wide tour over there of her house, like new 2026 double wide. And I think my other daughter, fingers crossed, no, not fingers crossed, say your prayers. They are under contract for 7 acres of land. And then I think they're going to do the same thing. They are going to try to do like a mobile home, just because they really want land more than anything. And they cannot find houses anywhere with that much land around where we are, because people just do not get rid of their land. They just don't. And I know I wouldn't either, if, you know, unless I had to. But yeah, they are under contract for seven acres of land. And then I think what they're going to do is the same thing. Get like a 4-bedroom, double wide, and move it on that 7 acres where they'll just be tucked in. They won't have a lot of neighbors. Their boys can make trails out on some of that land, you know, because she has all boys, Kelsey does. And it would just be wonderful for them. So like I said, they're under contract, and we just pray that everything goes smoothly. Now, he's looking kind of ugly right now, but like I said, trust the process. When I get finished with him, he'll look like an old antique planter. I don't think I've ever seen a little planter like this as a rooster or a chicken, which, I mean, I know he's a rooster. I'm just saying I haven't seen a rooster or a hen, excuse me, is what I was trying to say. So yeah, he's going to look good once he dries. So let me get this bottom part kind of done, and then I'll catch back up with y'all and show you what I'm going to do with the rest. And look, I told y'all I was not going to need hardly any of that. I barely used any of that, so I'm going to have to put some of that back. And I might go in here just a little bit so you don't see that the rim is a different color, but I don't mind inside there. It almost looks like terracotta in there. And then he will dry matte, so he will not be so glossy looking either. Like, I don't like my stuff to look that shiny and new, just because that's just not my style. All right, let me finish him up, and once he dries, we will move along to the next step. Okay, well, this little beauty here is finally dried. It's been about an hour and a half or so, and as you can see, it is definitely not shiny anymore. So now that this is completely dry, I want to take the antique wax and kind of really hit it good with that. I think I'm going to do that first before I distress it and kind of sand it down, just so that I can make sure. I don't know why I'm doing that first, but that's what I'm doing. So let me put at least one glove on, because this can get really messy. So I just saved the same gloves that I was using, because, you know, I'm cheap like that. So I am going to just dip it down in the bottle. And what I like to do anytime I use antique wax is just, let me use that bowl over there to kind of offload some of this, is just kind of put it on, and then I'll go back and wipe it off. So I'm just going to do one side at a time. You can clearly see there that we're getting some brown. And I just love how antique wax makes things look. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of paper towel and go back and just kind of dab some of that off, because I'm not trying to have all that stay on there. Just kind of like that. And then if I feel like I took too much off, I'll go back, add a little bit more, and I'll just keep doing this until I get the desired look that I want. And I have to kind of wait sometimes in between, you know, for it to dry to get a true color for what it's looking like. So I may do a little bit here, you know, let it dry completely, come back and look at it, then add some more. But just to give you a little bit of an idea, there's some there. I'm not really loving how that looks exactly, so I am not really loving how that's looking 100%. So I'm just going to try to smooth it out a little more and kind of just do that technique all the way around. It will look a little bit different too once it dries, and as I kind of blot like this in between each layer. So again, that's kind of what you start out looking like. This is kind of the in-between process. So I will just do one side and let it dry so I can show y'all the difference. But otherwise, I'm just going to kind of keep going here on this one side of doing this same technique. I'm not an expert. This is just how I do it. I don't know if I'm even doing it the right way. So just take note of that. I'm just showing you what I do. Again, I'm not a professional. But I'm trying to tone down the black for sure. And just kind of dry brushing it now. You can see I haven't gone in there and got any more of the antique wax. So again, I'm just gonna keep using what I've offloaded to do this one side just so I can give y'all a good comparison here in just a minute. And it's getting pretty dry now, so I might have to go in there and dab just a little bit more of the antique wax out. It's already starting to dry. This stuff dries pretty fast. So I'm just gonna, because I want this to look as natural as I can. Okay, so I'm going to let this side right here dry. I'm actually kind of knocking some of the chalk paint off, I think, but that's okay. I'm going to be distressing it anyway. So here's non-antique wax, wet antique wax. So I'll give this just a few minutes to dry and we'll come back. Okay, so here's what this side looks like dry. And then here's the side that doesn't have any wax on it, dry. It's not a big difference, but it's a little bit more of a difference in person. So now what I'm gonna do is take a little piece of sandpaper and just kind of sand off and make it kind of have a little bit of a distressed look. So I'm gonna do that all on this side. Then I'm gonna get this side waxed and distress it as well. And then I'll show y'all the finished look. Here's the little rooster all finished. I think it turned out so cute. I put some dried florals in it and I took y'all's advice and I moved that crock that was right there. So this is where I'm gonna put him. I think it's going to be perfect because you're gonna be able to see the antique baby plate so much better. Look how cute, y'all. I love this. And yes, you can see the baby plate so much better. I know today's video was very short, but like I said, it's Memorial Day weekend. There's all kind of activities going on, and because I am trying to put up a video every day, I wanted to make sure that I gave y'all something. So I hope that you enjoy the change here. So thank y'all so much for spending a little time with me today and seeing how I made this very simple little change. We hope y'all have a wonderful evening. We love y'all, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with a brand new video.